We are in the eclipse portal and have been in the cycle of what I call purge and surge. So maybe you have been all of a sudden just finding yourself getting rid of or cutting cords with or ending things that don't work for you, or having tremendous surges of confidence or clarity or insight or guidance. But it's not over yet. We have still more work to do. We've actually entered what my guides have humorously called the jackhammer cycle, where there's a lot of force on the universe really working hard to disrupt those entrenched, self-defeating patterns that we have been indoctrinated into, have agreed to, we hold on to for all kinds of reasons we can rationalize, but they're just hurting us. My name is Sonia Choquette. We've been working on rising to the fifth dimension and especially connecting with our divine self and our guides so that we live in peace and flow and feel supported and connected. This week, we're going to talk about facing the jackhammer of our own undoing. I mean, we are being put in a situation where we are having to address the behaviors and the distractions that we have been immersed in, addicted to, fearfully entrenched in, that keep us small and disconnected from our guidance. I watch so many beautiful teachers here on YouTube, especially, who are telling us, you have a divine portal, you can run energy, here's where you pick up your inner guidance. But that's just information. And information without the tools to embody that information and make our own experience connecting to that information was useless. Just more stuff to know and forget. What we are being asked to do this week is to, and what is happening in the way it's being asked, it's not being served on a polite request. The things that are distracting us and causing us to deny and not be connected to our inner guidance are starting to become so exaggerated that we just have to say, I can't do this anymore. So the guides want you to know that we have several portals to connect with their messages. And I want to point them out to you. The first and the one that's really strong is right here. This is called the high heart. It's got a lot of different names of this high heart. It's right where we get the messages kind of in our inner ear. People say, I kind of hear a voice, or I'm hearing guidance, when in fact, it's not like you're going to hear physical sound. It's frequency that's guiding you, and it kind of settles through the ears, through the throat, back of the head, upper chest, that are kind of communicating to you to move ahead, to move forward, to move away, to move back. We have guidance in our gut, and that guidance is just the guidance that says, do you really want to put up with this? Is this really good for you or not? And that guidance is really hard to hear when you're up in your head. And I say here because we're a little bit limited by language. Receive is actually the more accurate word. It's hard to receive and really consciously integrate that frequency that says, this is enough, no more, or this matters and I'm standing up for it. So what's happening now in the energy field with the help of our guides is the noise that has distracted us. And let me identify what that noise is. Fear, other people's agendas and their pressure and vibration, broadcasts on the media, big one that's overwhelming. Just the conversations that are very negative. All of this is hard, makes it very challenging to receive your guidance and act on it. Because until you receive and act on it, your life isn't going to change. You're going to stay frustrated. So this jackhammer week is the universe really helping you. Your guides turning up the obnoxious frequencies that distract you and cause you to abandon yourself to such a degree that you say, I realize I'm actually back in my body and experiencing this energy. I don't want it. I can't do it. I'm not going to. And this one client said she was She's been married to her partner for about 40 years. And she said for about 37 of them, I really loathed him. And we just are oil and vinegar. What is important to me, spontaneity, music, fun, is the opposite of what's important to him. Quiet, control, lock it down, don't feel. And she said, for a long time, I felt like he was balancing my life, but lately he's just suffocating me. He's the fun sponge and taking all the joy out of me. So I realized one day I could die like this in this atmosphere. I'm not that young. So I told him, I'm leaving. And she did. She packed up her stuff and said, don't follow me. He asked, are you divorcing me? And she said, no, just getting away from you because you're taking all the joy out of me. And I'm realizing the consequences. I won't be able to get it back. I won't get my time back. So that was a shock to her. That's the kind of stuff going on now, is we're going to realize that the choices we're making and the consequences they have are things we can't escape. All the information from the higher realms is going to do you no good unless you realize that something different has to happen. I realized myself this week, I have been a big overgiver offender for my whole life. And I realized I probably learned it as a middle child of 7 children, where it just was whatever anybody had belonged to everybody. If not, you try to have something for yourself. Good luck. But I realized how I've ripped myself off by feeling obliged to give way more than I should, and let people have access to way more than they have a right to, and then feel depleted. I realized fully in my cells, I could die this way. I don't want to. This could keep going on unless I create an intervention. So I did. Just made an announcement. Cut off a lot of relationships, cut a lot of connections, toned down the dial down, and said, no, I don't want to give it to you. And I don't care if you have a fit. I don't care if you have a reaction. I realized nobody's going to take care of me unless I take care of me. My guides were like, thank God, you took forever. You're telling everybody how to grow and you're missing the point on this one. So believe me, no one's exempt. We're all realizing what our choices are doing at a deeper level than ever before. In my case, it didn't even bother me a couple years ago. I just thought, well, whatever. In fact, I kind of thought I was spiritually a really good person to share everything, and I don't mind that I did. But I recently, in this Eclipse portal, realized I wasn't so honest. There were things about this that didn't feel right, and people who felt really entitled, taking full advantage of my over generosity. So they were my teachers, and they're going to realize soon that my no means no. So this is what's going on. Our guides are helping us, but they're not going to, we're only helped to a point with feathers and angel feathers and pennies on the floor. Our guides want us to change our behaviors, our consciousness, our choices, our actions. That's when we start to live a truly ascended life, when we do things differently, when we choose things differently, when we honor the vibrations coming in, because frankly, I know they're coming in. But if there's so much noise and tug and pull around you, it's really hard to stay tuned into this inner chest. So just come right here. What is this part of your body telling you right now? If you could put it to words, and don't close your eyes and go up in your head, because that's going up in your ego. Stay present. Open the jaw. Keep it open and relax. That keeps this energy open. We can begin to hear and sense the energy kind of trying to communicate. Realize it's saying something. Or in your gut, just put your hand on your gut. Keep your eyes open. The jaw. Just sigh, clear into your belly. And what is your gut trying to tell you? Enough's enough. That other people, that you can say no and you don't have to be bullied, and you don't have to abandon yourself and blame everybody for why you do it. We're kind of in a big jackhammer, break up the unconsciousness that we've been in. And it's been rock and roll, both in that macrocosm and the microcosm. Your guides are trying to help you. The circumstances that are catching you off guard and might be intimidating and scaring you, don't let them. Instead, go inward and say, what am I supposed to realize now and do differently? That's the message. Put it in the comments below. What is flying at you? What is threatening you? What is being asked of you that you realize you can't do anymore? That you're ignoring your inner guidance, the help of your beautiful guides. They're putting that energy, surging it through. Don't stop it. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Realize that, the universe, the law is God helps those who help themselves. And boy, this is the week we have to realize that. We can't just keep asking for signs, because if the sign says this is the way, you still have to walk the path. They're not going to come get you up and take in a satin pillow. So this is what this week is about. I invite you to share your comments, because we learn as much from you as what comes from the guides through these broadcasts I'm offering. Please share, what are you realizing to the degree that your inner guidance, your guides have been trying to get through to you, that you're finally saying, you know what? Message received and behavior changed. You'll feel quiet and clear. The vibration will calm down. There might be a little bit of disruption as you find what really works for you. I have another client. Well, we talked about a client before who said move south. I have lots of clients realizing they have to move, that where they are energetically, frequency-wise, isn't working for them. I have clients that are realizing what I'm doing isn't what I'm wanting to do, and the time is wasting. And that I'm actually, in my disturbed energy, contributing to the upset everybody's in instead of the solution. So this is a serious week. It's the accountability week. It's the awakening, the I realize week. It'll go on for a while. It's going to be on more than a week. But this next week or so in this eclipse portal, whoa, trying to get through to you. So thank you, guides. Thank you, universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you, divine self. And please, just as a final word, realize you've got help. When you're willing to be clear, when you're willing to quiet the noise and go back to your body and feel these frequencies and ask for help, you will find that you have the power, the grace, the groundedness to stick up for yourself and come back into energetic alignment. And with that, more guidance flows, more power, more health, more joy, more peace. So this is how to get to the fifth dimension with more than just information. If this has been helpful, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It keeps our channel growing. Share your comments. I'll be reading them and commenting back. Very important. Invite your friends. And most of all, subscribe. Join us so you know when we're coming back, and hit the notification and everything so you don't miss our communication. And I don't want to miss you either. So thanks for tuning in. I realize that this portal is very important to me, and I'm deeply grateful for all of you, and I send you all my love. We'll get through this, and it's a good thing on the other end. Okay, bye-bye.